Alright guys, welcome to another video.
Welcome to another vlog.
Yeah, I didn't even point it at you then. I'm having problems with our fridge. I don't know why. I think our ice maker, I don't know, ice melted in our fridge and then melted all together. I think it's jammed up our ice maker when the power was off. Everything was getting done here at the house the other day. But apart from that, I've just had the call now to go pick up the Raptor. So let's see how that all goes. And then we're going to get on to some S13 stuff because I really want to get that dash. I want to get the power chin digital dash mounted in the carbon fiber dash. So excited. Let's go get the Raptor. Hopefully it's good news. I'm hoping. Fingers are crossed. Unreal, guys. So here at the Ford dealership, picked up the Raptor. Pumped to have it back. I don't know what's happened. I honestly feel like someone smoked on or near my car because there's like little bits of white stuff everywhere. That's already got me a bit like weirded out. Like, why would anyone be... There's like, I can't even explain it. It looks like white ash everywhere. Anyway, apart from, it doesn't actually... It's got the very slightest smell. It's more like someone that's a smoker got in the car. Anyway, so turns out my battery's fine. It's actually the alternator that's no good. But due to this stop or whatever they have on my warranty, I don't know, even with that, it has to go back to Ford Australia for them to make an approval, I guess, on the alternator, which is just, man, that's pretty crazy. Like I understand with this whole stop or whatever, well, I don't even understand it, to be honest. I think it's really unfair, you know what I mean? This is like one of the most expensive Fords they make in Australia. And you literally, I don't know, you may as well buy a Hyundai. Actually, they probably treat you better. But yeah, it's what I consider a small mechanical issue, an alternator issue. I have a feeling they'll probably try and blame it on things like water crossings and stuff like that, but seriously, you can't sell a car in Australia for full driving and not expect it to go through water. And it's not excessive amounts of water, it's just a single Cape trip at 50,000 k's old. It should be able to handle a single Cape trip at 50,000. like, I'm very frustrated by this situation because it's by far the most money I've ever spent on a car, and I feel like I'm being treated unfairly. You know, I don't think it's right. I think if I had a cheap, you know, one of their cheaper cars, like maybe the Puma that I was just driving or something, even then I wouldn't think it's acceptable. But, you know, at least it's like, oh, you know, it's only a 20 grand car or something, not a freaking 80 grand car. Super frustrating. Also, my driver's seat has excessive play in it, which was something I brought up with them, and they agreed that it does have excessive play. And again, this is something that has to go back to Ford for them to approve it being fixed. It's like, I think if my seat has excessive movement, it's an unroadworthy car, from what my understanding. So they've basically sent me back out an unroadworthy car, and I don't know, turn around and probably try and blame it on the fact that I've jumped the car. I don't know. It's very shitty feeling, and I hope that no one else has to go through this with a Raptor. Just sucks because they are in so many ways a fantastic car, but it's just like, you know, maybe if they were just made by someone that cares, I guess. I don't know. Very disappointing. I would, at this point, I always thought to myself, like, if another Raptor comes out, I'm definitely going to get it and everything else, but this experience has been so crap. Honestly, don't know if I'll ever buy a new car again, to be honest. It's like really, you know, let me know in the comments down below if any of you feel the same way or feel differently on this sort of thing, but you just get so burnt out, you know what I mean? I'm at this dealership so often with this car, and it is a daily driver that, yeah, we've taken on a few trips, but like, yeah, it just feels very, I don't know, pathetic, to be honest. So yeah, we'll head back home and get started on this S13, and yeah, at least that'll make me happy. I'm happy to have the Raptor back. It's just like, I know for a fact now in a few days time or a week or something like that, hopefully Ford come to their, you know, the decision that they can replace the faulty alternator and they can replace my faulty seat, you know, get on with our lives. But again, it'll be me coming back down to the dealership, dropping the car off, getting it fixed, when in, you know, a normal situation this would have just got fixed because the car's fault, you know, things are faulty. So the list is definitely building up with the Raptor, as far as, you know, what is it, I've had it for 1.5 years. We've had transfer case from almost immediately when I got the car. I believe the transfer case is what caused the front diff issue. So we had a front diff replaced as well. We had a steering wheel replaced. The steering wheel then nearly fell off. On top of that, there was water coming from my overflow, coolant overflow. I saw it coming out myself. They say they pressure tested it, nothing came out. So hopefully for some reason it was just, the car might have been hot and it wasn't showing enough on the gauge. I'm not exactly sure what was going on there. Also had an issue with a centric bolt with the alignment. When an alignment was being done, the bolt that you use to align the lower arm broke. So that was an issue. A few other little issues, like part of the dash came up. And yeah, so I've definitely had quite a few issues for a car that's, you know, new. So hopefully everything just gets sorted. I don't know. I just want them to regain. I want to be able to trust the car. I want to be able to trust Ford as a company to like back their car. But right now it's, you know, I don't think anyone in my position would be too happy. So yeah, let's go home and do S13 thing. Sorry for the ramble. I had to let it out to someone. And what is there, 30-something thousand subscribers? I know you're all not watching this video, but it yeah, it's one of those things. It's sucky, and yeah, just wanted to let you guys know, you know, I love the freaking car still. I do, honestly. It feels like a high school relationship, you know. I absolutely love it and I absolutely hate it at the same time. So yeah, it feels like a high school relationship. All right guys, so it's got more interesting. I'm on my way back to the dealership. I went to go and get an alignment at a shop, and then I realized a lot of the stuff like in here, I just wanted to double check on, like, you know, being that I've been to the Cape, super dusty air filter, they change it, of course. No. Things like it actually says on the paperwork what I've just paid for, that they rotated my tires. Definitely didn't do it. The mud that got in my bead just after Palm Creek in the right front is still in the right front. So I'm gonna head in there and find out what the hell is going on in this place, because this is beyond a joke now. All right, so I went back to the dealership. The manager wasn't available to talk, but he's gonna give me a call on Monday. So hopefully more stuff comes from this. But yeah, definitely my tires weren't rotated as mentioned. There was meant to be, there's a bunch of other stuff written on the basically, you know, what they give to you after the service, that 110% hasn't been done. So not stoked on that at all. Let's see what they come back with on top of everything else this. So yeah, look, it is what it is. But I'm gonna try and get some work done on this S13 now, and hopefully it doesn't cause me any drama, because yeah, this car's been its own set of drama as it is. So let's get working. All right, sort of done is I've gone ahead and marked out where I need to cut. Won't lie, I'm absolutely terrified to do this job because my Dremel is dead. It's going to be drilling holes, and I won't use the big grinder by any means, but yeah, I probably need to go buy a new Dremel gun. I'll give it a go. Hopefully I don't mess it up, obviously. Carbon fiber dash is very expensive. I think I'll be all right though. Alright guys, it's way later in the day now, and I've actually been pumping out on this thing all day, as well as doing like a cleanup and starting to put, I put all my short shifter together now as well with the likewise spot. I'm going to be able to put that in once I get the car up on the hoist. I've just raised it up then, but I want to show you guys the finished product pretty much as far as the dash goes. So you look there, it's my dash, flush fitted it. Oh, flush as possible anyway. I'm very, very, very happy with how it's turned out. I still got to work out where I'm going to put these pieces. So that's my kill switch, starter switch, and then that'll turn my headlights and other things like that on. And then I've got a USB, dual USB port I need to put somewhere as well. But other than that, man, everything is looking real bloody good. Probably not all that far I've been able to get seats back in this car. I'm going to get it up now, get the shifter in. Pretty bloody happy with progress. Definitely happy with progress. So yeah, gets me excited seeing this thing a bit more together. The dash just looks phenomenal. It's a lot of money for a dash. Like it ended up being 1,600 bucks, so it's not too bad. It looks phenomenal, and yeah, it's definitely going to be a cool point of the car that goes with all the other carbon fiber, the carbon doors, carbon boot, carbon bonnet and everything. And hopefully one day carbon fiber wide body, and maybe even a carbon fiber body kit. We'll have to see how things go. Couldn't actually get carbon fiber wide body and body kit at the time I ordered my stuff, because that's kind of what I wanted to do. So we'll see, keep an eye out in the future. All right guys, next day now. I'm under the back of the S13, just sort of looking over everything and working out what I need to do. I think one of the big things I have to do now is do some measuring up on some brake lines. You can see I've already got all the N-style brake lines already in for my handbrake. I need to get some P-clips going and P-clip this stuff up to the side, P-clip my loom out of the way, so get that sort of tucked up wherever it needs to tuck up, get my shifter in. I think the shifter is going to be the first thing. I think I'm going to get this shifter now that it's pretty damn close. I'm going to get this thing in. Let's see how we go. So I believe, yeah, that'll go in like so. So I'm going to work that out now. All right, so we're not 100%, but the office is definitely starting to look better. Still missing a circlip and one of the like pins that go through that connect it to the box. Super frustrating, I guess. It's just part of when this car got pulled apart. I lived at a different house, then it went to a mate's house, and then it came here. So unfortunately, just the nature of you know, moving thousands of parts around, like things are going to get lost. Sucks, but it is what it is. So I might try and get the seats in today as well, and just like, I don't know, it'll just be cool to see this like somewhat, you know, at least the interior looking close to complete. Really just for the interior I need harnesses. I need to work out what I'm going to do with this center area here. Obviously I've got to mount the start switch somewhere, and then obviously mount the kill switch. So, and I've got to mount my little switch panel there. As far as the start button and the kill switch, can't really go too far from where they are, but I can put that switch panel literally wherever I want it. There's heaps of cable for it. So I've got to sort of work out what I want to do there. And then eventually I really need to seal up this area here somehow. So essentially I need to have like a center console made, but I'm not sure exactly how we're going to go about it. I thought about running the remainder of the stock S15 dash, but then I'm very, very undecided right now. I do have like a center console and stuff, an S15 one here, but I'd probably rather just sell that entire like dash and center console setup together, just so someone can actually make use of it, where, you know, there is a lot of people that only use the actual main dash part and they don't use any of the middle or any of that. So I might be able to get hold of one in like pretty good nick, because I'd love to have like, you know, really neat center console area in this car. I don't want to have drink holders because this, again, I'm definitely going to be thrashing it, but it's a cruiser as well. Like, it won't be a registered cruiser, but for, you know, things like power cruise and summer nats and whatnot, I want to be able to, you know, have a drink sitting in there. Yeah, it's dumb, drink holder in the race car, but I want one. So I'll get on to trying to stick these seats in. I've been going absolutely hammer and tongs. Didn't film it, but driver seat's pretty much in. I literally need to find 1 or 2 bolts at the bottom. I've fitted a quick release now because I want that to bring the wheel back to where I need it. And I used to have a dished wheel on this car, so the flat face wheel that I've got coming from OMP will sit perfect with the steering wheel spacer. And this car's not easy to get in and out of, because what's really hard to tell is normal roof line of an S13 goes sort of up, and so a cage normally sits higher inside a car, where I specifically asked for this cage to be made lower, so it adds to the lines of the car better. Always hate convertibles when you see them, and you know, this main bar sits up where a normal main bar would be, and that's like sticking right up here. Looks super weird, and I've never liked it. So I made sure when I had this cage built, I specifically had it built lower, and then I mounted the seats absolutely as low as possible. I would honestly have the driver's seat lower if I could, and honestly in the future I might even look into making it lower, but right now it's as low as it'll go while still being able to slide it backwards and forwards, because I have let other people drive this car. Well, Adam LZ is really the only other person that's driven it. I may just go fixed, and that way I'll be able to mount it lower and basically to the floor, so I can sit exactly where I want to sit. No one else will be able to drive it unless they're my height and my build, or taller. But overall, I'm super pumped on how this is all coming together. This is racking my brain what to do with the center area with the kill switch and start button and the other switches, but overall super clean, super nice. That's what I want out of this car. So yeah, I haven't sat in it yet, so I'm going to sit in it with the quick release on and see how it all feels. Oh, seating position is really nice now. Like, I honestly wish I was lower, but at the same time I have perfect vision through to my dash. The pedals are good. I had someone mention about pedal box in this car, and it would be cool to have a pedal box, but at the same time, like, being a convertible, it's got extra strengthening braces in the floor, which would actually get in the way of a pedal box. And also, most pedal boxes are floor mounted, and I actually have trouble bending my right foot that far forward because of the brake I had, the big brake I had in my ankle. So yeah, I think I may swap over to a black handbrake handle. Will look a bit better with this interior because it's going to be all sort of sleek. Feels good in here, man. I'm pretty bloody excited. Like, now I've got the steering wheel space, I have the room that I wanted, so that's perfect. I can still perfectly easily reach the handbrake, reach the gear knob. For some reason I thought I needed this likewise shifter, the offset one. And now that I've got it in the car, I don't remember why I thought that, because it's not all connected up at the moment, but when I had it turned around, it's actually too far back. So then I put it forward and it might be good like this, I'm thinking. So that'll be like second, third, fourth. It spends most of its time in fourth, so I would say, you know, if it's right here, it's not going to be bad. Boom, boom. I just don't know if I could have it in the normal spot or where it is. This gear knob's actually quite nice, so I like it. It looks like a sequential one. I don't know, I may look into getting the right thread for this so I can go straight in, I think, because I think straight up and down might be the go. I don't need it. It is a little bit more comfortable forward, I guess. Oh, I'm really undecided here, so either way, I'm pumped. Alright guys, been pumping away, just doing some mocking up. I haven't put the body kit on, but I put the rest of the kit on, and man, like, how good does it look with a carbon fiber boot, carbon fiber doors, carbon fiber bonnet, straight onto the carbon fiber dash. Man, definitely look at it from this angle, it's looking a lot more complete and definitely looking cooler. Stoked, man. Can't wait to get the rest of the panels on. Although I've got a dark blue picked for this car, but then seeing it like this, I'm like, man, I think it'd look good black as well. But I think dark blue is going to set it off pretty well. So hopefully we can start getting onto that process soon, because it is a wrap, and I don't know how to wrap, but I know people that know how to wrap. So I sort of want to start that process pretty soon, so then we can start putting more of the car together. A few more mechanical things, diff. I've got to get some bushes put in and all that sort of jazz. And what else do I get to get under the front? I got to get bigger injectors. I got to get injector rail spacers. Not a lot yet though, not a lot left to go on this car. There's a few more sensors wired in as well in inside the engine bay. Other than that, man, we're looking good. We're looking real good.